hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Health tips from Cabot Cove. To live longer, exercise, get plenty of fresh air, and avoid cutting your nasty entitled niece out of her inheritance. Murder, She Wrote, weekday afternoons on Cozy TV.
You really expect us to pay a 25% recovery fee and your expenses?
I'm talking about getting $400,000 back for you. Why quibble over a few bucks expense money?
Don't you think we have staff investigators? We spend an average of 61 man-hours investigating every claim before we pay $1. What makes you think you can turn something up when our own people couldn't?
Well, there's an answer to that, but I'm afraid I'll have to protect its confidentiality.
We had 4 of our best men working on this claim. 2 of them did turn in negative reports, advised us not to settle.
Yes, but your company is sweethearts, so you decide to pay off anyway, huh?
It wasn't an easy decision. But in a case like this, when a loved one has been lost, we give every consideration to the beneficiary.
Oh, that's why Mrs. Nelson had to sue to collect.
That's not too uncommon in a situation like this. It was an unusual death. But I'm satisfied the case is legitimate. After all, the plane went down 5 miles out to sea. Mrs. Nelson was very lucky she managed to swim ashore. Mr. Nelson wasn't so lucky.
Well, I never knew luck had anything to do with actuarial charts and statistics.
You know how often a body is recovered from that far out in the ocean? Almost never, and that's a statistic.
Let's just forget about statistics and odds. I'm talking about a lead.
And that's all it is so far. Talk. You haven't given me anything concrete on this lead you say you have.
It's concrete.
Well, if you want to go ahead and investigate this on speculation, fine. But if you expect us to come up with any money in advance, forget it.
I'll need $1,500 expenses, and you stand a chance of getting back $400,000 that you've already kissed goodbye.
No, it's impossible.
All right, $1,000 is practically petty cash.
You'd have to tell me a lot more before I could even think about that kind of a figure.
All I can tell you is I'm sure Nelson is alive, and I think I know where to find him. If I tell you any more, well, you just go out and do it yourself.
Helen, is my 4 o'clock appointment here?
All right, I'll tell you this much.
Hold my 4 o'clock, please.
Mr. Nelson had a girlfriend who decided he didn't die by accident, that he was murdered by his wife. So she hired me to look into it, and I found out that Mrs. Nelson is living on the interest from $200,000 invested at 8 or 9%. You follow me, Mr. Moss?
Yes, I see what you're trying to sell. That she's living off the income from exactly 50% of what we paid out.
You're very good at figures, Mr. Moss. Now, that means that someone has the rest of the money. Probably Mr. Nelson. When I told my client this, she acted, well, a little off-center. It made me think that maybe Mr. Nelson had contacted her since she'd hired me while I was, well, while I was out of the country checking out her theory.
I'll authorize $500 in expense money.
500?
Plus 5% of any money recovered.
What, 20%?
5.
10.
5%, take it or leave it.
Put it in writing. You're sure no woman fitting that description is registered here the last 2 days?
That's right. Ever
seen him?
Sorry. Did you try the Almeria Inn?
Yeah.
Silver King?
Yeah.
Surf?
Yeah.
I've been to every hotel in Almeria. Try the motels north of town on that river.
You going into Almeria? I'd really appreciate a ride.
You got one.
I'm just coming from work.
Hi, I'm Dana Lash from The Dana Show. If you could be more heart healthy just by drinking a glass of earthy vegetable juice daily, would you do it? Probably not. But what if this performance-enhancing veggie was transformed into a great-tasting circulation superfood drink? It's called Super Beets, and I can help you try it risk-free. See, Super Beets helps boost your body's